Hi student, thanks for waiting. And I see a lot of you are very excited at the chat room over there. Yeah, and I heard a lot of news about this year SPM paper. My student told me that even modern math also can become very hard, and then some students say the biochemistry also are very hard. So so then my student is like predict the MF paper will be as hard as the other paper. uh, like I say, I hope it will not be that hard. Yeah. So even it come out like if tomorrow MF paper is like super hard, means what? Mean the whole Malaysia MF student will score not that well. Definitely we still have like some 10% who are excellent student. No matter how hard is the paper, they still get 100 one. But then average student will not score very hard, and then I assume the boundary will drop. Then eventually passing mark for MF will be very low. Mean if you want to get A, maybe if the paper is extremely hard, maybe you 45 mark you already get A already. So like you don't need to too worry about how hard can it be for the MF paper tomorrow. Like I say, what you can do here is just focus and do your best, because what's the purpose of exam? The purpose of exam is to test how much have you learned within these 2 years, especially for MF. So you just imagine it is just one of the testing, just want to test how much have you learned. So you just do whatever lah. So this formula you already learn, you apply, and blah 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 you do. So I hope eventually you can score well. Yeah, so don't need to be too worried. And actually, tonight live, I also don't want to be too late, because as I know your paper one is on morning, isn't it? Like I always tell my student, don't do the last minute work. If tomorrow is your exam, tonight you should go sleep early. Yeah, don't like give it yourself too much pressure before the exam. Just relax and be a bit chill here. So last year passing mark is 8. I remember, really that low. I am not so sure. Also, I did hope the teacher live can help me a lot. Okay. I think before I start to discuss, yeah, because last live stream a lot of students suggest me do Perak paper, because they say Perak paper is a lot of K-bar questions. So this is the reason why the last paper I choose the Perak. Yeah, some questions are hard. But before that, I think this is a new formula for KSSM. You should have for the 44 formula will be given, because when I buy a lot of reference book, right, some say you only have one page of formula, some say you only have some of the formula. So I think this 44 formula should be standard already. If anyone know it is not true, then please let me know, because I check out a lot of kertas percubaan, they all have the 44 formula. So I assume tomorrow you will have all these 44 formula here. Of course, I want to add on some formula not here, and I want you to know how to use all this. I want you to know how to use all the formula you have lah. Okay, so because in indices, right, got some very useful formula. I hope all of my students know can know. Yeah, because I'm not sure why so many of you still don't want to sleep at the late night. Yeah, we have about 150 students here, but yeah, good to see you all here. Okay, come, let me add on some formula here. Just now is 44, right? So I continue lah. So I say 45. So one of the very useful indices formula is today, let's say I have a power of x, and then I multiply b power of x. This one is equals to the ab power of x. Okay, I hope all the students know this formula. Okay, of course some basic one. This one I can give some example lah. So let's say today I have square root a multiply square root b. I can say this one is the square root of ab. Okay, and then 46, this is the basic one, and I assume all of you should know. Today a power of negative n is basically 1 over a power of n. Okay, this one you will use a lot, especially in the log topic. You will actually see something like this. So yep, it's a basic, but I think it's important. So I literally want some of you to know about this. Okay, then yeah, then for log, one formula I will always use for log is something like this. Today, let's say I have a equals to example, a power of x equals to b, right? So I will drop down my x and I will get log ab. So this is something I often use whenever I want to solve the log. Actually, this one is because I skip like 2 steps, so can save myself some time. So same idea. The backward of this one also like very famous recently. So let's say today, let's say I have x equals to log 2 no lah, this one actually I don't think is important. Okay, then I want to say something quite important. It's about formula 7. Today you can move the n to the front if the n is the power for m. But what if today you have log am n, then this n you cannot move to the front because what? Because it is not the power for m. This one n is the power for the whole thing. So this one is not equals to n log am. Okay, this is not really a formula, but then this one is something I want most of the students to know. A lot of students can make a carry mistake here. Same idea to this one. If today I have something like x equals to log 10 divided by, okay, something like log 2 10 divided by log 2 5. Okay, don't cut like this and tell me sir answer is 2. Then this one confirm is wrong. So make sure you know that log you can't do like this. And then for AP, GP, nothing special, but AP actually we have another formula, n over 2 a plus l, first term plus last term. Alright, this one I also sometimes I will use because I find I can actually do it faster. This one is for AP, this one for GP, all of you should know lah. Alright, so this one normally we will use in different conditions. We will use the second one when our R value is bigger than 1. We'll use the first one if my R value is between -1 to 1, I think. Yeah, is so in different condition for R, sum to infinity, nothing special. But last time they love to ask something like this. What is the range of it? So you should know how to use it. Okay, so is that possible? The equation will ask about make the formula for area under the curve. I don't think so, but recent year I see, especially kertas percubaan, right? I see they actually always ask you to derive the formula. I mean, how you get the quadratic formula, how you get the area of triangle formula. Even first principle, they love to ask you about derive some famous formula. So maybe they ask you to, if they ask me to write out how to find the area of curve, I know lah. But how to form that formula, maybe I also need to Google a little bit. Just asking, is this the last paper you guys doing for? Yeah, science stream, I guess is the last paper for all of you. Okay, and then they are very kind. They give you product rule and quotient rule here. And then they give you, this is a change rule. This change rule you can use for the rate of change, even though rate of change will be slightly different. So I write the rate of change for you all. So if rate of change, I will do dy dt equals to dy dx times dx dt. But it have the same concept with a change rule. So yeah, so this is the reason why they doesn't give you rate of change. And then over here, they also doesn't give you small change formula. So small change formula is basically change of y over change of x equals to dy dx. And then over here, they also doesn't give you the approximation formula. So approximation tell me what? The new value of y will actually equals to old value of y plus the change of y. And then over here, they doesn't, okay, recently, I mean this year, I see like 2 stage they actually ask about small change in percentage. Because small change in percentage for me I think is a pre-U level like STPM or L level, but they ask in SPM. So I assume you might want to know percentage change in X or Y lah. So over here I say in Y lah. So the formula is change of Y over Y by 100%. Okay, just in case this year, if they want to come out some K-bar for small change, then they definitely will ask about percentage change in Y. So you kind of need to know you want to apply this formula, because this formula all it doesn't come out. Okay, what else formula I want to tell you? Okay, this is for volume, very common. Yeah, and then this one for index number, composite index, permutation, combination. Yeah, for these two, right, you need to know how to expand the n factorial. N factorial is n times n minus 1 times n minus 2. Can keep on going, stop at a factorial for it. So I see some kertas percuma, they had a K-bar question start with something like n plus 2 factorial. And one of my students do not know how to expand it. So if you have n plus 2 factorial, you will get something like n plus 2. And then keep on minus 1, n plus 1. And then minus 1 again, n. And then n minus 1. And then want to stop at a factorial at the back to stop it. Okay, you need to know how to expand it. Then only you can simplify it, isn't it? So if you do not know, then it will be quite hard. Okay, this one, yeah, p plus q equal to 1. All of you should know. Yeah, here is for the binomial. Okay, for binomial, I want to tell you about the parameter. This one is always put n and p. Okay, this one is for normal distribution. For normal distribution, we will use n here, and then this one is basically means and the variance, right? Mean and the variance. But if today the examiner they want to trap you, right? They will change this one to the z. They will change the x into the z for normal distribution. Then these two values they will ask what is a and b. You should know the standard a must be the mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. Okay, so these values are the fixed already. If they change this one to the z score, which is standard score, then your parameter is automatically 0 and 1. Yeah, you need to know this is an idea about normal distribution. So grantee all the formula given, right? No, a lot of formula are not given. Who tell you all the formula are given? Like a lot of shape formula, cylinder they will not give you. Cone sometimes they don't give you. Sphere maybe they will give you, but sometimes the area of cylinder they also it doesn't give you. So still a lot of formula like Pythagoras they will never tell you about Pythagoras. If you want to use a similar triangle, Sohcahtoa, all this they will not tell you. A lot of formula you need to know lah. Sector. Sector here they doesn't ask to tell you a formula how to find the length of chord, right? If I want to find length of chord, yeah, a lot of students will use a Sohcahtoa to find. If you are lazy to use a Sohcahtoa to find, you can say 2r sine theta over 2 to actually find it. And if you want to find the area of segment, yeah, because they love to ask you find area of segment, is half r square theta minus sine theta. This one actually is combined between a sector and an area of triangle. So yeah, this formula is not given also. Okay, then sign identity. This identity normally we use for proving lah, and then they give you the double angle. Yeah, but you need to know the basic for trigo, basic of trigo. So some I think is important. If you are okay student, I think you should definitely know this. Like tangent x equals to sine x over cos x. Yeah, this thing is very important. Yeah, if you do not know this, then yeah, it's too bad for you. Okay, then here all these formulas, yeah. So they give you additional and subtraction for sine a plus b, sine a minus b. Here, like recent year, you know that actually it's means and variance always fixed is 0 and 1 for normal. Yes, for standard score, yes. So, okay, since the student asked, you see I have two different type here. One is the Z, one is the X. If the X, you need to really insert the mean and the variance. But for Z score, standard score, mean must, this is the reason why you get a standard bell-shaped diagram, right? Because this bell-shaped diagram, they fix already. Middle, this is mean, must always be 0. And then here you have 3 standard deviation. 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, 3 standard deviation. So therefore, you can see your table is always like between 0 to 3 only. Actually, they still have 4 one, but then I mean SPM table, they give up to 3 standard deviation. So therefore, you have 1, 2, 3. So 1 standard deviation, the standard value is 1. So these are the fixed value. You should always know that. The surface area and the volume of the cone, all never gives. So you all must know. Yeah, because all these basic formula they expect you know at the form 3 already. Okay, here they doesn't give you half angle. Yeah, half angle is like very famous. Recently, you can see they always ask about half angle if they want to make the questions look like okay, but then they throw a half angle for you. So remember, half angle formula you always derive from the cos 2a. This one is where the half angle formula hidden. Half angle from cos 2a. Okay, so this one will give me cos half angle. This one will give me sine half angle. Okay, so because in the exam you kind of need to prove it. How you get the half angle? Yeah, you get from here. So how you going to prove? You just let a equals to x over 2 lah, and then plug into the cos 2a. Since now I have some time, I just show one of it to you lah. Let's say I show the how to get the sine half angle, just in case some students do not know. So if today I have cos 2a, since a equals to x over 2, right? 2a equals to 1 minus 2 sine square a. My a is x over 2, right? Then 2 and 2 I cut. Then here is sine square x over 2 is basically 1 minus cos x over 2 kan. Then now I move the square to the other side. I get a square root half angle. 1 minus cos x over 2. Don't need to worry plus minus in front. Just always do the plus here. Okay, because it actually affects some quadrant thing, but it doesn't matter. Normally it come out in identity or maybe drawing the triangle. You can see now I got the sine half angle. I derive from the cos 2a formula. So you use the same method, you can get the cos half angle. But what if today they want to came up to the maximum, they will ask about tangent half angle. Okay, tangent half angle, I will recommend you to do the sine half angle over cos half angle. It's faster. Yeah, I know some students want to go for the tangent half angle, tangent 2a to get the tangent half angle. The step is super long, so I will recommend you to do this one. If tomorrow they come out something about tangent half angle, yeah, but I hope they don't do that. If not, a lot of students will be not happy. Okay, so here I just write for you just in case you might want it. So it's square root 1 minus cos x over 2. So if today I have the cos half angle, so it's basically 1 plus cos x over 2. Okay, just write tangent half angle, just in case if tomorrow maybe you want to memorize it. Tangent half angle, you basically put the square root and square root is simplified, right? So it should be 1 minus cos x over 1 plus cos x. Because you derive from the top here. Do you see that? Yeah, this is how you actually get both of them. Okay, you know recent year they love about half angle, so you have no choice. So what is the formula for length of Sakita? I'm not sure what is the Sakita here. Okay, so okay, all this formula is nothing special. Area of triangle, yeah. Here, one area of triangle they love to ask recently is a Heron formula, right? This is how to find the area of triangle. So a equals to square root of s minus a, s minus b, and s minus c. Okay, these are the formula that never. Sometimes they will ask you to find the area without using any angle. So we will use this formula. Remember, S is a semi-parameter. Okay, so Sometimes they will ask used to use a Heron formula to find, then you need to know how to use it lah. And then this is the segment. Yeah, whenever they give you some ratio about a straight line, then you will use the segment to find the coordinate, nothing special. Then this is an area for triangle. But this one normally we use in the geometry coordinate topic lah. Okay, we are not always use this one. Only coordinate geometry. And I want to mention this formula is less accurate, but it is still correct. But this formula you can use on quadrilateral, or even you can use on any pentagon, hexagon. You just need to repeat the coordinate. If let's say today I have a random quadrilateral, this is A, B, C, D. I can still use this formula to find the total area one. So the area is equals to half. Then I put the A coordinate, B coordinate, C coordinate, D coordinate, repeat the A coordinate. Yeah, you can still use this one. Basically, this formula, right, you can use to find the area for any shapes. Okay. And lastly, this is magnitude, and then this is the unit vector. Okay, just something extra for vector. I'm not sure you are interested or not. Sometimes, let's say we can actually get a vector by doing, because the vector is something to do with distance and some direction, right? So we can actually get a vector by doing something we call velocity multiply time. Okay, this one must be velocity, cannot be speed. Then we can get some vector or position vector, something like that. But this one, maybe if later we got see only, I tell you lah. Okay, and then definitely over here they doesn't tell you anything about second derivative lah. Like d2y dx squared, if bigger than 0, you are getting minimum. If less than 0, you are getting maximum. And it's equals to 0, you're getting inflection. But I think inflection point is not in the SPM, so no need to be too worried. And just sometime if they want make the second derivative to be the k, but you need to understand this one. It means what? The gradient is increasing. The gradient is increasing. So same idea. This one basically means the gradient is decreasing. Yeah, sometimes they will ask you to like choose which line is belong to gradient increasing or decreasing, something like that. Okay, this is something. What else I want to tell you here about MF formula? Yeah, actually quite a lot of things, but I can't remember everything at once. Yeah, I think this is everything I think I can think of. If anything else I miss, I add on later. Okay, 11:45 already. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, here I might not able to do all the questions, but I try some hard one. Inflection is one of the trial. It is in one of the trial. Okay, just in case it come out, if second derivative you get 0, it's an inflection point. Inflection point is not the maximum and not the minimum. This one is inflection point. Okay, this one in the SPM you will learn so it can be concave downward, and then you have an inflection, then concave upward. So this is what we call inflection. Okay, so yeah, so it's not maximum and not minimum. This is an inflection. So what if they ask the value of x when x plus k is the minimum or maximum? You tell me it's too rough already. I want more information to tell you about it. X plus k is maximum or minimum, because is the maximum minimum happen in trigo, happen in volume, area, or happen on any equation? Then if you have some equation, then maybe we'll do something like dy dx equal to 0, and then I will sub some x plus k into the x there, since the x plus k is the minimum or maximum, right? So I can't answer just by a little bit information. I need more information. Okay, so here maybe I choose some k-bar question or else I think most of you no need to sleep already. Okay, this diagram 1 show a piece of the Q-shaped ice sculpture with the volume of 125,000 centimeter cube as a main decoration at the Razi birthday party held at 2 p.m. at one of the maybe 5-star hotel, Majestic Hotel KL. So after end of the ceremony, like 6 p.m, it's like 4 hours later lah. So the ice sculpture appear to be smaller than the original volume, which changed to this value. So I would assume just becomes slightly smaller. So since this is a cube, right? So I will actually cube root this one to get one of the length. So I will just cube root this one. So I will have this one original length is 50. This one happened at 2 p.m. But at 6 p.m, right, they actually become something like cube root of the 64000. So he actually decreased to 40 already. Okay, so find a small change in the volume of the ice sculptures after the ceremony is complete. So we kind of want to know about the small change, right? No joke, I revised all MF paper watching your live. Okay, good to know that. Okay, so right now I want to find change of volume, right? So the formulas for small change is dv. Let's say I call dvdx lah. Later I will use the x lah. Multiply the change of x, isn't it? Okay, I will just assume the volume of the cube is x cube. I just assume each of the length is x lah. So you can see x times x times x, right? So the volume is x cube. And then my x, right, you can see my x is from 50 literally changed to 40, right? It becomes shorter. So the change of x is basically take the new one minus a small one. So minus the old one, so you get negative 10. So and then I will do dvdx here. This is 3x squared. And then I know my x value, the original x value is 50, right? So this is 350 squared. 50 squared. So 3 multiply 50 square is basically 7,500 multiply negative 10. So I assume the volume will be decreasing by this amount. Okay, so this one can be centimeter cube per second, maybe. Yeah. No, volume, they're changing volume. This is not rate of change. I'm blur. Okay, this is how we solve this kind of a little bit K-bar question, because they give you information is very indirect. They want you to actually get the idea how to do it. Okay, this one is simple. I will skip this one. Well, let's have a look this one maybe. Okay, the diagram 3 below show the part of the Glen Valley rail transit map on the Cardassian plan. So a private company was chosen to build another straight rail such that the distance from the Chowkit station and the Ampang Park station to any of the point on the rail is always equal. Okay, where is my Chowkit and Ampang Park first? Chowkit is here. Ampang Park is here. Okay, so I assume maybe they want to form some station is must always equal distance from these two stations. So you can see if later they put a lot of station here, all this station is still equal distance from the Ampang Park and Chowkit. Do you see the idea? So if you know better, this one is basically the perpendicular bisector line, right? Okay, but anyway, since I do not know about the one in locus, right? So this one I'm going to call it locus P, which is using XY. Basically, P can be any point on the line, isn't it? So over here, I know P to the Chowkit must always same to the P to the Ampang Park, right? Ampang Park, I use A to represent it. Okay, so P over here is the XY. And Chowkit coordinate is what? Negative 1.5 and 2.5. And Ampang Park is basically 2.4. So we just use the distance formula here. We should be able to easily get the correct one. So it's something like x plus 1.5 square. And then plus. Actually, we can we can use another method. Okay, I'll show you another method later. I hope we have enough time. 2.5 square equals to square root of x minus 2 square plus y minus 4 square. Okay, we cancel this thing, and then we kind of need to expand this one. X squared plus 3x plus 2.25, right? 1.5 square, yeah, 2.25. 2.25, and then plus y squared minus 5y plus 6.25, right? 2.5 square, yeah, 6.25 equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. Here will be something like y squared minus 8y plus 16. Okay, x squared and x squared I cut, y squared and y squared I cut, then I will left this, everything I left here. 4x, 7x here, and then negative 5y, I get 3y here. And then the number 2.25 plus 6.25, so I get 8.5, and then minus 20. So I get minus 11.5 equals to 0. Okay, this is the equation they want to find. Okay, this is the neutral way. Okay, so yeah, or just now I say, if you know about perpendicular bisector, right, you have another slightly faster. You just find the midpoint of them. You find the midpoint of them. So the midpoint is basically negative 1.5 plus 2 over 2, right? Then 2.5 plus 4 over 2. Then you can find their gradient, and then you find their perpendicular gradient. Yeah, then you can actually get the same equation with it. Yes. Okay, so yeah, then you need to find the gradient of CA, and then after that you find M2, then you form the equation. Okay, this is just another faster way to get the same equation. You can try it out yourself. You definitely get the same equation. This is how they give form up. But since locus, so I use distance formula straight away. So between the Batu Cave station and Dang Wangi station, which station will at the new ray pass through? So right now it seems like it will pass through the Dang Wangi, or it might pass through a Batu Cave, or we do not know, because this line I randomly sketched one, isn't it? Yeah, maybe they will pass through both of them. So how to know is we sub in one of the value. So Batu Cave should be negative 4 and 12, right? So if I sub in the negative 4 into the x here, my y I must get 12 lah. So 3y equals to, this one is about 28, so it's 39.5. So obviously this one is not 12 lah. This is not 12, so this one is rejected lah. I mean, in the exam you will do this one, and then you say not equals to 12, so this is not. Then we sub for the Dang Wangi. Dang Wangi is what? 2.5 and negative 2, right? So if I sub the 2.5 here, 3y, and this is 11.5. Did I make any mistake? Right? I hope I didn't. So 11.5 minus 7 times 2.5. So I literally get something like that. Hey, where's my 2? 2.5. So I get something like that. So 3y equals to negative 4.25, then divided by 3. Huh? How come both also it doesn't passing through one? And I get the equation, got mistake. This is 12, right? This is negative 2. I must get negative 2 somewhere. Is it Batu Cave, you say? Yeah, Batu Cave station, right? I remember he will pass through one of it. Or am I take the coordinate wrongly? Negative 2.5 and 2.5, right? This is negative. This is negative become positive. Yeah, correct lah. X minus plus 2, this one, and then minus. And then minus 2, minus 4. You type 2.5. Oh, am I typed wrongly? Really? 2.5 lah, not 2.25 lah. What am I doing? Yeah, this is negative 6. Okay, typing error. So my y is negative 2. Okay, so yep. So therefore, he passing through the Dang Wangi lah. Okay, so yep. So therefore, is passing through Dang Wangi. Yeah, I just typed wrongly just now. Okay, yeah, I'm happy you all still like so semangat at this moment. Even me also feel a bit tiring. Okay, college have this the 7 row da. This one actually is quite easy, but it's maybe a little bit K-bar, but for me I think it's quite easy. So total you have 10 rows, so we do not know. So total you should have 10 rows here. So there are 7 seats in the first row. So A is basically 7, right? Each of the row after the first row is 4 more seats than the previous one. So it's 7, 11, 15, 19, and so on. How many seats are there in the last row? Since they already tell us we had 10 rows, right? So you just need to find T10. So T10 is A plus N minus 1. D is 4, right? Because plus 4. So 36 plus 7. 43. So last row we have 43 seats. So a seminars will help in the lecture hall determine whether the hall can accommodate 260 participants. So we want to find S10, right? So S10 is 10 over 2. A is 7, right? A plus L, right? Last one is 43, right? So this one cut is 5, this is 50, 250. So therefore, its maximum can put 250 units. So right now you have 260, so it's less than 260. So therefore, it cannot accommodate so many people lah. Accommodate 260 participants. Okay, so yeah, if you know, you see I literally spam like maybe 2 minutes to finish the 5-mark question. So once you understand the concept, you can do like really fast. Alright, okay, differentiation. You might need to love our differentiation in order to do this one. So they give us this one, dibeli kan. So he give us this one, and then ask us to find this one. So the easiest way we will do is we'll copy this equation, and then this one is 24, 4x minus 3 power 5. Since I want 3 and behind is power of 5, so definitely first step I add the integration for both sides. Wow, the integration is so thick, man. I don't want to be so thick, so I add the integration for both sides. And here I want to have 3, so 24 is basically 3 multiply 8, right? So this is the magic. 3 put inside, 8 put outside. Okay, because here is the question. They asked me to find integrate of this thing. So 8 is sort of the extra thing here. So what we will do for the 8 here? We will throw to the other side. Become 1 over 8 here. Okay, integrate mid d dx, we can cancel it. Then we got the answer. So equals to 1 over 8, 4x minus 3, power 6 plus c. Okay, this is the answer. So you can see my answer is here. So literally when I solve the whole 2-mark question, I never done any integration in the part A. Do you see I integrate anything? No, right? I simplify it by understand the integration concept. Okay, so this kind of question they want you to simplify. So same idea to here. I will add the integration for both sides. But this one they give us the definite 1 to 2. I will need to do the 1 to 2, 1 to 2. But we have one more problem. Here got 2. Yours here got no 2. So I want to add a 2 by myself. But this is the rule I want to follow. I add a 2 means what? I multiply 1 over 2 at my right hand side. I need to multiply 1 over 2 at my left hand side as well. You get what I mean? So therefore, after I multiply 1 over 2, the 1 over 2 will actually multiply into it. So become 2x plus 3 power of 2. And then this is 1 over 2. So it will equal to the other side is 1 over 2. This 2 we compensate. We will assume we already integrate it. So 1 and 2. So basically, I just need to solve here lah. 2 is 4 over 5 minus 1 is 1 over 4. Then use a calculator to solve this thing lah. I'm not going to type for you lah. So you type yourself, and this is how you easily get the 4 mark here. Can you find 70EX to do the differentiation work? Yeah, you can. But then, okay lah, just type lah. You just do this one, And then, but then this one for checking answer mostly lah. So I don't recommend you straight away type and straight away insert the answer. You won't get any mark one, trust me. So you better use it for checking lah. So yep, then the limit you just put 1 to 2. Yeah, 11 over 40. So I assume this is the correct answer lah. So if I do 1 over 2 bracket 4 over 5 minus 1 over 4, you realize I also get the same answer, isn't it? So I will always use a calculator to check for my answer. Okay. A simple function lah. You'll do yourself lah. This one, no challenging. Draw a line to best fit. Fine. Yeah, this one actually quite easy. Where's the graph? But it does. Okay, but it's got a little bit challenging here. Is they want capital Y against x squared, against 6x. So so obviously when I see power has so many unknown, I know this is log question. Okay, so definitely I will add the log 10 for it. I will add the log 10 for both sides. So this is log Y. Log 10 is 1. This one I bring to the front, so it's hx plus 5k. Okay, so but they don't want hx, they want 6x. So what I want to do here is I will give 6 over 6 here. 6 over 6 is basically is 1, right? So this is what happened. I will get h over 6 multiply 6x plus 5k. So then I literally get my equation, right? I will get my equation. My capital Y is basically log Y. So capital Y against 6x, right? So then you will, they already sketch for you lah, they already plot for you. Then you just best fit it. After you best fit already, remember this one is 5k because 5k is a C value, and this one is a gradient. So you will take any two coordinate here to find the gradient lah. So gradient, you will use the gradient formula, and then you should be easily get full mark in the linear law question. Okay, this is how I summon the 6x here. Okay, because you only have hx, right? So a lot of students were stuck there. So I don't have 6x, how I can do it, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is how you do it. Can we just use the given equation to find the answer? No. Because if you use this given equation to actually solve it, first thing is, what is your 5k? Is your 5k is your vertical intercept? You don't know. And what is your hx? Is your hx the gradient? In fact, today your gradient is h over 6. It's not even the h only. So you cannot use original equation to solve without the linear equation. Sometimes, somehow, you might get this correctly. Then also depend examiner want to give you mark or not. Because if the examiner doesn't see the working how you get the straight line equation by doing the linear law, then they might think maybe your answer is copy your friend one. Then maybe they don't want to give you mark. So always show the working is important in MF. Alright, what is this? Okay. This one is it's a bit tiring to solve this one at right now. Should I do it? Okay, I try my best to make it sound as easy as possible. This one is, I don't know, maybe my English is not that good. It's very confusing when I read the question, but I try my best. I try my best. We have a triangular prism. Prism means this area and this area is the same. So to find the volume of prism is same idea how you find the volume of cylinder. Okay? How much do I need to get C? I think maybe 30 to 40 mark you already see. Okay, so equilateral triangle, the side is basically square root 8. Square root 8. Okay, there are cylinder water tank. So you have some cylinder water tank here. And you have cylinder water tank, the height is H will be height, and contain this amount of water. So I have some water inside the tank. Okay, so the water here is basically 3/2 pi r squared according to the question. So these are the water. These are the water. Okay, so if the prism is placed in the cylinder tank, so right now I want to put the whole things like put the whole thing into it. Okay, imagine I want to put the whole thing into it. The tank become full. Okay, so you can see that water will increase, right, until it becomes full because I already insert the triangular prism into it. Find the height of the water displaced by the prism in terms of R. Okay, basically I think they want you to find H. Find the height of the water displaced by the prism. Yeah, at first I thought we might have some water inside the prism, which is not. I think is what the sentence trying to mean is once you insert into it, yeah, the water will increase until certain height, I guess. Yeah, find the height of the water displaced by the prism. Is it water displaced by the cylinder? By the prism? What is the meaning water displaced by the... I think they want to find H, okay? I don't care. Okay, so I want to find the volume of prism first. Okay, find this area easily because it's 60 degree, because it's equilateral triangle. So I know it's 60 degree. So it's 1 over 2 square root 8 square times sine 60. And then multiply the height, which is 3 centimeter. This is how we get the volume. Same idea with cylinder, right? Cylinder, you find this area of circle, then you multiply the height, right? So it's same idea. So this one is basically 4. So 4 times sine 60. So we got 2 sub 3. Then we times 3 again. So we get 6 sub 3. Okay. It's like when you put the ice cube inside. Yeah, correct. You can think like that. Okay, so right now, since this is the cylinder, right? So I can sort of... Does the question tell me the R? No R. Interesting. The H is the what? Where are this cylinder height? Okay. Let's see the water here. Okay, the water is basically 3 square root 2 pi r square. Okay, this water also in the cylinder shape, right? So cylinder formula is what? Cylinder formula is pi r square h. So from here, I see pi r square and I see pi r square. So I assume the h is basically 3 sub 2. Okay, so therefore, imagine if this is 3 sub 2 is the height, so the whole thing is h, right? So top is called h minus 3 sub 2, right? Make sense? So this thing is basically same. Okay, so because I insert the triangular prism, I actually get full tank, right? So that means I can imagine my triangular prism is the volume remaining on the top. So that means my triangular prism actually fill up here. Do you see that? So this one is also a cylinder, right? On the top one. So this one equals to the triangular prism volume. Okay, so triangular prism we already find 6 sub 3. And this one, I can find. This is h minus 3 sub 2. And then so in terms of R. In terms of R only, don't have H. We don't have R. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I can use a whole cylinder to minus the bottom one, right? I think it's a good idea. I use a whole cylinder, pi r square h, minus the bottom one, 3 sub 2 pi r square. Yeah, I'm genius, man. Like that also can think out. So yeah, I got something like that. Okay, I will factorize out the pi r square. And then I will factorize You want in terms of R, right? Ayo. So, okay, never mind. I factorize pi r square. Then I get something like h minus 3 sub 2 equals to 6 sub 3. Then, yeah, my h minus 3 sub 2, this equals to 6 sub 3 over pi r square, right? Because they want to know the height of the water. Yeah, they want to know the height of the water displaced, right? So, yeah. So this one is the height of the prism. This one is the height. You want to find this one or you want to find h? Are you so confusing? The English, I literally want to kill myself. Find the height of the water displaced by a prism in terms of r. Height of the water displaced. Yeah, I think they want to find this height. I think this one is sort of the. This thing is sort of the height display for the prism. Yeah, so is this the answer? I believe all of you have the marking scheme, right? I literally shouldn't do any K-mark question when you are super tiring because your brain are not working so well. Yeah, I'm not correct yet. This is cert 8, right? But why I got 6 cert 3 one, but he got 3 cert 8. How come? Is my volume wrong? Half AB sine C, right? Use the calculator. Half multiply cert 8 multiply cert 8 multiply sine 60. 2 cert 3 what? Okay. But 2, 4. No, I didn't get. Is the area the cert 8? Oh, sorry, cert 8 is not the length. My bad. Cert 8 is the area for the whole thing. Okay, so yeah, this is how I demo to all of you. Reading the question is extremely important. So the volume is just cert 8 multiply 3, which is 3 cert 8. I thought cert 8 is one of the side length. My bad. So yeah, this one is wrong. This is 3 cert 8. This is 3 cert 8. This is 3 cert 8. Yeah. Done. Cool. Yeah, just some tiny mistake. So I hope you guys can forgive me. Yeah, cross section is cert 8. Thank you for telling me that. So right now the cylinder tank water was elevated at some point. If the cube with the length, so right now we have a cube suddenly with the length which is square root 2x. So volume basically is square root 2x cube, right? So it should be 2 cert 2x power 3, right? Or you can say, if you prefer cert 8, you can say cert 8x power 3, right? It's the same thing. Okay, because cert 8 is the 2 cert 2 also, right? Yeah, so it's the same thing. Insert into the cylinder right now. The height of the water displaced is by the cube is 1 point. So right now you insert this one, so you have some height lah. So height of the cube is 1.808 times of the height of the water displayed by the prism. Okay, interesting. So I can know the height of the cube here, isn't it? Height of the cube. Okay, this height is not really about the cube. This one is the cube displaced at the cylinder. Display in the cylinder one. Display for cylinder. Display in the cylinder. My English is so bad. Forgive me, please. So yeah, so 1.08. So just now we actually have the height for the prism. 6 cert 3 over pi r square. Yeah, so this one is basically the, I don't want multiply 1.08 into the 6/3 like, yeah, which is a very weird number. It doesn't matter. So right now they ask you to what? Find the values of x and h when the radius of the cylinder is 3. Okay, cool. Then finally I can sub the 3 into here. Then I will divide pi 3 square 9. Okay, I write decimal, I don't care. 97. Okay, this is the height. So that mean right now the height of the if I insert the cube into it, my cube drawing is so fail, man. Yeah, randomly. If I insert the cube, right, the height here displays is basically this one, 0.397. Okay, this is the height of it. Okay, so then they also ask me to find the h. So later we can find it. Yeah, we can find the h also if you want to. We can find now. So basically is shit. Am I use the right value? I use the wrong value, man. I forget to change the last one. This is 3/8, right? So this is 3/8. Let me type everything again. My bad. 1.08 multiply 3/8 over pi times 9. Yeah, this one is more accurate. 241. Okay, so then this one I can get a h by doing 3/8 over pi 9 plus 3/2. Then I get a h value, right? You type in the calculator, you will get the answer for h. And then they ask me to find the x. Okay, since the height over here, then this is the height of the cube only. The height of the cube is 0.3241. But this is not really the volume of the cube. So therefore, from here, I know what? What I know is this cylinder with that height given 0.3241, and then the radius is 3, right? Is same volume with the cube here. This is x, this one third 2x, right? Because this one we already do 2 third 2x cube. So equal to this one. So this one I will need to do something like pi r square h, right? Type everything in a calculator. Pi times 9 times 0.3241. So it's 9.1634137. Okay, so this number I will divide 2/2. I will divide 2/2. And then I will cube root it. So my x is 1.5. They want one decimal place only, right? Yep, then I get the x of it. Yeah, I would say it is a bit tricky. Yeah, but as long as you do carefully, you can get 7 marks like that. Spend me so long of time. Okay. The stationary point is easy busy, 1, 4. Axis symmetry, easy busy. X equals to 1. Done. Okay, make the generalizations about the shapes and the position of the graph. Right now they want to do some transformation, is it? Where the value a, h, or k is changed. Or a is 4. H is this one, is it? H is 1. Then k is 4. No, the h value doesn't change, what? Or they used all, right? Means some of them might. So they want me to draw, they want me to explain generalizations about the shapes. Okay, so the shapes, since the a value become smaller, right? Since the a value decreasing, or A value becomes smaller. I don't know how to write lah, decreasing lah maybe. A value decreasing. So the U shapes will become broader. U shapes will open wider lah, maybe open wider. Because when the A value becomes smaller, the U will actually open it. Okay, I hope you get it. And H remain the same. K value is the minimum, right? So K value also from 4 to 6, right? So the N, K increasing means the minimum value moving upwards by 2 units from 4 to 6, right? Okay, and H remain the same. Okay, you just use your own explanation to actually do it. Okay, this is another. Recently they love about this kind of vector. This one, last time I teach something like this when we call relative velocity. So I will just use that idea to do this kind of question. The water velocity, so this is the velocity of the water. So basically it's 2 and 0.5. Okay, and Ahmad and Ben sell their sailing boat at this velocity of Ahmad and the Ben. Okay, so the boat have the 2 different velocity because we have 2 different boats for Ahmad and Ben. So both boats move in the direction of current. So that means this current is moving this direction. So both of the boats actually move the same direction as well. Okay, so they say same direction with the current. So same direction with the current, normally we just plus. It's opposite direction with the current, we will need to minus them. Okay, how many times is the resultant velocity of the Ahmad sailing boat compared to the resultant velocity of the Bell? Okay, so you already know this is not the resultant vector. This is the vector. Like for Ahmad, then it's Ahmad relative to the water one. Mean this velocity is with the current one together, so they are relative to the water one. So is for Ahmad is basically 5.3, and then this one for Ben relative to the water one is basically 3.2. So in order to get the resultant velocity, which is the velocity of resultant A, the formula is A/W plus velocity of W. Okay, so this is the reason why. Let's say I want to find for Ahmad one. So AW is 5.3 because it's follow the current direction, right? So plus 2 0.5. So I already get something like 7 and 3.5. Okay, then I will do the same thing for velocity for Ben. So Ben is same idea, velocity of Ben relative to the water plus velocity of water. This is the formula. So B, this is 3.2, and then this one is same 2.5, and then this one is 3 and sorry, is it 3? Oh, sorry, this one is 2 and 0.5. My brain just shut down. 5 and 2.5. Okay, but they want to connect both of them because they want to know how many times. So what I want to do is I want to find some similarity for me to substitute in. So this one, if I can take out something like 3.5 or 7/2, I take out the 7/2, this one will actually left 2, right? This one is left 1. Okay, because 7 divided by 7/2, you literally get 2. And 3.5 divided by 7/2, you get 1. So why this is important? This one I will take out the 2.5. I take out the 5/2. So this is 2 and 1. Do you see I have both 2, 1 here? Then I can do some substitution. So I will throw the 5/2 to the other side. Then I will get something like 2/5 VB equals to 2, 1. Because right now, I want to sub in the 2, 1 into the 2, 1. Do you see that? If you see that, this is my final answer. So make it slightly thicker. So veracity of A equals to 7 over 2. 2, 1 is 2, 5 veracity of B. 2 and 2 I cut. So the final answer should be VA equals to 7 over 5 VB. Done. 4 mark. Okay, so you just need to understand some basic about this relative veracity, then you can solve the vector. On the way the finishing line, another contestant boot, Chong, faced the problem to move off and move off the track with the veracity of this one. Find the resultant velocities and the magnitude of. Okay, so this one is not the resultant velocity of the Chong. So I assume this is something like Chong relative to the water. Okay, it's 3 and negative 1.5. Okay, so now they want the resultant velocity of Chong. So therefore is this one plus the current. What is the current again? 2 and 0.5, right? So this one is 5 and minus 1. And the magnitudes. So the magnitude is basically the distance. So the magnitude is basically square root of 5 square plus negative 1 square. So it's square root 26. Done. Okay, this is how we define the magnitudes. Simple. Done. You see, they love about half angle. A I'm not going to do. A is an easy one. So we're going to do B. This is cosecant, so it's 1 over sine half angle. So sine half angle, we already know the formula, right? Because just now I already showed all of you. The sine half A basically is square root 1 minus cos A divided by 2, right? So I will use this formula to solve this one. Definitely I want to know where's my A. A and B are two in the same quadrant between 0 and 360. Okay, cos positive, tangent negative, which quadrant cannot be here? Yeah, can be last quadrant. This one, both of them also negative, cannot be. This one tangent positive, no. So they're actually at the last quadrant. Okay, so last quadrant, I'm going to draw the cos A only. This is my A. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So this one will be negative 15. Okay, so because I literally use cos A, so yeah, it's not too bad. It's quite okay here. So therefore, but I don't think you can straight away write out this formula, because you write out this formula, I worry that doesn't give you mark. So in the exam, ensure you really use the cos 2A formula to get this thing. Okay. I hope you understand my meaning. So half A, this is square root 1 minus cos A, which is 8 over 17 divided by 2. So let's type it. 1 minus 8 over 17 divided by 2. Okay, so we got something like 3 third 34 divided by 34. Okay, so now I have 1 over 3 third 34 over 34. So this one will multiply the top. So it's basically 34 over 3 third 34. Okay, this is the answer for B. Yeah, as long as I didn't make carrot mistake, this one should be the right answer, is not mistaken. But can we literally simplify it again? Simplify further. Okay, 1 divide my answer. Yeah, we can still simplify further. Becomes 34 over 3. Okay, because you kind of times 34 and you times 34, right? Then this is 34 and 34 you cut, right? So you got 34 divided by 3. Done. This is how to do half angle question. I hope you learned something here today. If not, you should. Yeah, this this is damn hard, man. I so hate to do this kind of hard thing. Okay, the first one is, okay, so basically right now you have 6 company and then we have 6 person, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, we have 6 person, And then each of them going to place into one of the company lah. So basically 6 person you can place in the 6 company. It makes sense. So calculate the number of ways the accommodations or the company employee. So you want to put in all the companies. So like Arif, they can go to any of the 6 company, right? If Arif choose one company already, for this B, they can only choose another 5, right? So basically this is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? And then if you understand this one, basically is 6 factorial, right? So the final answer is 720. Okay, quite straightforward. But B, if Alif and the Paujis cannot be accommodated in the workstation, they share an edge. Yeah, this is the tricky part. This A and B are very troublesome because they cannot at the company where they share the same age. What does it mean? If A over here, right? If A in the first company, you can see this age and this age and this age. Okay, both of these we call age, right? So that means for B, they don't want to choose Q because they share the same age, and they don't want to choose S. So they can only choose somewhere further. Maybe these 2 person, they are not good relationships, and then they will just choose like this. So therefore, you can work out, yeah, the marking schemes are just a very good idea. Work out a table. So let's say, if A at the P here, then you can only choose something like T, R, and U, right? So which is 3-way. You only have 3 choice, right? So if you choose a Q, so you can imagine if you choose a Q here, then this thing cannot, this thing cannot, this thing cannot, then can only S and U, 2-way. So if you choose an R here, you just imagine R here, then these 2 cannot. I mean, this one cannot and this one cannot. So always P, S, T. So also 3-way. And then if you choose S here, S that means P cannot, T cannot, right? So you will get Q, R, and U, also 3-way. If you choose T, then P and R only, right? P and R only, 2-way. So last one, if you choose the U, 3 lah, P, Q, R, P, Q, and S, right? So it's 3-way. Then if you plus all of them, you plus all the number of way here, 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. Yeah, this is a 16-way how to separate them. That means if A go into here, then the B can either go here or go some other way lah. So, but this 16 is only the number of way to arrange both of them. But I still have 6 more people. So therefore 16. So if 2 of them are already arranged them properly already, then let's say let's say they choose this path. Example lah. Okay, one of them actually choose at a R. And then another person can either choose P, T, and S, right? Let's say they choose S. So another 4 people just randomly fill up any of the remaining 4 places, isn't it? So therefore, multiply by 4 factorial. So 16 times 4 factorial. Then we will get 384. Okay, this is how we arrange this kind of K-byte question. Okay, this one I think they want you to decide which one is the discrete random variable and the continuous random variable. The easiest way to identify them is for the discrete, right? The x must be integer. Means must be whole number lah. But for the continuous one, the x can be decimal. So, come to the first one. Time taken to wait for the bus. Can time be decimal? Can we have something like 1.2 hour? Yes, right? Then yes, that this is continuous random variable. The number of time, the number 6 is obtained when you throw the dice. This is like how many times you can get the number 6. Can you get 1.5 times on number 6? Not possible, right? So this is discrete random variable. Yeah, whoever want to rest, you can go rest first. I almost done already, now 13. No worry. So the number of red car cannot be half car or 0.2 car, right? So must be discrete random variable. The height, can you be 165 centimeter, 0.2? Yes, right? Continuous random variable. Okay, this is how you choose lah. Okay, this one nothing special lah. This one you do yourself lah. In order to find the p at all of them equals to 1, then you solve it. Less than 1, you choose x probability x equals to 0. Bigger than 3, you will choose x equals to 4 lah. So you basically plus both of these answer after you got the p lah. So you plus both of them, and then you got the answer. 4 mark easily. Yeah, done. And then this one draw is very easy lah. You follow back whatever value you have, then you draw. Remember label their y value lah. Okay, this one you draw yourself. This one also fill in the blank lah. This one use some basic concept lah. This is something like AR square, AR cube. Then Tn is ARn minus 1, right? So this is minus 1, ARn minus 2. Then this one, I'll multiply this one. I'll multiply this one, you get AR square, right? This is AR cube. And Tn multiply R, this one you can think something like Rn n minus 1 multiply R. So it's basically plus 1, right? This is Rn minus 1 plus 1, right? Indices ma. So this one cut and cut, you get Arn. So by understand the same logic, then this one you multiply R, this one you will get this is Arn minus 2, so become Arn minus 1. This is Arn minus 2. Okay, then this one just fill in the formula lah. This one must less than 1, then this one Sn I will fill up the formula, which is bottom is 1 minus R, right? So this is 1 minus Rn. So this one is bigger than 1, so is choose another one, Rn minus 1. So this R minus 1. Okay, just fill in the blank. Nothing very. This is a simple question. They come out every year. This one you do yourself. Yeah, last one also very easy. Yeah, we done. Literally we done. Can I just write 1 is discrete and 1 is continuous? Basically because they go give you a table. So just now this you just write this number. This is continuous, right? So write the continuous here. Another one continuous is the 4, right? So write the 4 here. Then this one is the second and third, right? So yeah, just write over here. They give you this table. Okay, so the rest of the question is very easy. So yeah, that's all for this paper. I want to thank all like 150 students stay until the end. Now it's almost 1 AM. You should go to sleep immediately. Memorize all the necessary formula. Tomorrow, make sure you bring enough pen. Don't ever use pencil except you want to graph or some sketching. Never use pencil. Pen only use blue and black. It's not mistaken. Yeah, and bring your calculator there. Go if you have some spare one, bring the spare calculator. Go tomorrow. And don't eat too full before you go for any exam, because too full will make you tired. So just eat moderate. I think eat moderate or eat a little bit. Even a bit hungry also never mind. Hungry your brain can still work on. But don't eat too full. Yeah, if you feel a bit sick today, make sure you drink more water, eat some vitamin, and sleep more. Trust me, at least sleep 5 hours. Because right now about 1, you sleep until 6. I think you almost need to depart to the school already, right? Oh yeah, so you just ensure you at least sleep for 5 hours. Don't burn the midnight oil until tomorrow morning. Then straight away go to exam, come back only sleep. Trust me, MF, if you not enough sleep, you cannot do all the K-Bar question. Okay, I hope all of you can help me to click like for this video so that the algorithm, I know the exam is finished already, but the algorithm maybe can share to your, you will suggest to your junior, so can help other students, right? Yeah, so I wish tomorrow exam will not be so hard and all of you can easily score A. Yeah, so you are really work very hard, because I can see until 1 AM still learning MF in the life. If I'm 70 years old today, maybe I just go to sleep already. I won't be so hardworking as you to watch the live until the end. So yeah, give yourself a big like. So all the best. And tomorrow, just let me know how many K-Bar questions you face. Yeah, you can share with me. Maybe tomorrow I will post a post at my community tab there. Then you can give me a comment, or you can share with me at my Facebook or my Discord or even my Telegram. Thank you so much for all of you to participate the last live streaming before tomorrow MF paper. Wish you all the best and good luck. And all of you get A for MF, please. Bye bye and have a wonderful night. Sleep well. Bye bye.